What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a recap on the Ottawa team event that happened this week, and this is the third event up in Canada. So let's just get into it. If you're looking for any other events that are happening, you can go to the nationaltabletopleague.com and you can see what events will be in your area for the remainder of the season. So let's just jump in right to it on how the placings ended up. So you got Blunt Force Trauma in first, Quebec, Quebec in second, Team Leg in third, Big Dice Energy in fourth, second Quebec team in fifth, Studs or Scrubs in sixth, Warhammer coming in seventh, and to round out the top eight, you've got Team Sweden. So I got a couple photos of these top teams here. So here's the winners. So because they have won 3 events now, Blunt Force Trauma is just absolutely slaying it up in Canada with all the team events. They already have invite slots to the finals. So then the second place team for this event, Quebec, they will get the invitational to the finals. And just to clarify, the invite is not a paid trip or anything like that. The invite is just, hey, we're having a finals. The prize is these really cool rings. You are invited if you want to come and play in it. Then you've got your third place team, which was Team Leg. They did a couple other awards. Favorite opponent was Atomic Death Squad. Wooden Spoon was Ow Wow. Best presentation was Quebec. And then they did, for the last place team, they got drop pods. Because they didn't drop the event, but they dropped the ball. So that's how it's sold. So pretty cool thing with the drop pods. Congrats to everybody at this event. So let's kind of go into Blunt Force Trauma's road to victory here and kind of see like what they're doing. So the first thing I want to do is I want to kind of just look at the lists of their team specifically and see if there's anything that stands out. Now this is basically the last event of the Leviathan. So this is not going to have any of the new stuff. I don't know why I'm scrolling all the way down. So, all right, let's start with, you got Brandon Valley. So he's actually from Tennessee. So he went up there to play. He's doing some Tau. Tau is very good right now. So we've got Shadow Sun, Enforcer with Exemplar, Dark Strider, Breacher, Fish, Star Scythes, Ghost Keel, Piranha, Riptide, Skyray, Stealth. So nothing too crazy going on here. He doesn't have triple Riptide. He's got a little bit more trash. He's got a Ghost Keel in there. Ghost Keels are very good. Then you've got Orcs. So Chris is playing the Orcs. He is playing Bully Boys. Pain Boy, Warboss. So all the war bosses in mega armor. Snickerdoodle, I like to call him Snickerdoodle. Zod, very, very good. 20-man boys, 20-man Gretchen to go with Zod. Another small Gretchen to try to farm you some CP. Max Mega Knobs, 3 Storm Boys, and 2 trucks. So all Mega Knobs, all boys, all day. 2 Jumpy Boys. It's a hard list to chew through. It's obviously getting nerfed now in the recent update. Very good list. Blood Angels, they've been running a lot of terror on a lot of tables lately. So let's see, you've got 2 Smash Captains, Chaplain Leomardis, Sanguinary Priest, 2 Assault Intercessors for the Captains, 2 Impulsors, pretty standard packages so far. Assault Intercessor, Death Company, so 2 big Death Companies, Infiltrators, Scouts, and then 1 Vanguard Squad. A lot of people are running 2 Vanguard Squads, so he just went with 1. I really like a Sanguinary Guard Squad. I think they're really good. But the Vanguard Squads make sense, so that's just another hardless chew through. Then you got T-Suns. Everybody hates playing against T-Suns because all their tricks go down a little bit, but with the CP change, it allows them to use their strats a little bit more effectively. So it's not that crazy of a trade. They're still very good. Armon, 2 Exalteds on discs, Infernal, Magnus, Demon Prince, and a sorcerer on foot. See this demon prince, so you can kind of like jump up and down and be annoying. 1, 2, 10, 1 10-man Rubik, 2 5-mans, Zingers, cultists, and some enlightens. Nothing too crazy here. Nothing too crazy. I'm looking for a crazy list. Somebody give me a crazy list. All right, let's see here. Soul Forged War Pack. Okay, respect. So 2 Warpsmiths, Cultists, 10 Talons, 2 5 Talons, 2 Vindicators, 2 Forge Fiends, 2 Mauler Fiends, 3 Venom Crawlers. We did a lot of testing with this detachment. I really like a Lord of Skulls in this detachment. Basically, this is one where you're just really looking to defend and take an open table and just shoot people. It does a lot of damage. Necrons. Will we have anything different here? Let's see here. Power Matrix. What is he playing? Court. Okay. Nightbringer, Techno, Silent King. So this is kind of the iteration you've been seeing a lot lately, as with the Silent King. 3 Doomstalkers, some Wraiths, a Sentinel. He only has 2 Wraiths, so he went with Sentinels instead, so he has a little bit more units instead of putting it all into a 3rd Wraith squad. But we saw a lot of that when we were up in New York, so that is a thing. Sisters. All right, let's see what we're rocking with Sisters. I have my Sisters list that I was really loving and everything before the new codex, so let's see how this kind of tries up to that. So Dialogus, Missionary, Vol, Palatine, Triumph. So I wasn't playing any of these things, any of these characters in the index. I didn't value them that much. Sisters Squad, 2 Rhinos, 30 Arcos. That's always good to see. 2 Castigators, love it. Paragon, 3 Seraphim, 3 Zephyr. Man, after seeing the new codex stuff, this is so much stuff in the list. It's all around good list. I mean, it's very close to what I would play. I just do less characters. And I love Junith for the CP. And last but not least, Eldar. Eldar can go in any direction you want. So let's see what they chose to go with. Autarch, Fuegan, Vizarch, Yvrain. Okay. Big Storm Guardian squad. 3 Shadow Specters, 3 Hawks, 1 Troop squad. You're going to put the Vizarch and Yvrain in with that. They get fight first. They're harder to kill for being Eldar. 3 Warp Spiders, a Shroud Runner, and 3 Skyweavers. This is just a really good list. Really fast, versatile to kind of take on anything. Nothing wrong with this list at all. So that's what they did, and then their road to victory. We'll just we'll start at round 1 really quick and just see who they had to play and how those teams that they played kind of shook up in the rest of the event. So their first game was to Stutter Scrub. This was a very close one to being a draw. Stutter Scrub came in 7th place in this event. This says Ridbin on it. Yeah. So let's see. CSM into Blood Angels. Blood Angels win. Sisters into Orcs. That's surprising for me. Usually Sisters has a pretty good game into Orcs. His is Bully Boy, so it's a little bit harder to chew through. The Arcos don't chew through them as good, but you can kind of take those 20 boys just kind of off the table really fast. I would have had this in Sisters' favor a little bit more there. Thousand Suns into Tau makes total sense. Eldar into Guard. It's usually what you see as an 11-9 one way or another. Necrons into Orcs. Orcs are very good in Necrons, especially Canoptic Court. So usually you can look for an 11-9 there up to like a 13-7. Tau into Chaos Knights. I mean, Tau has the tools to kill Chaos Knights for sure. I'm actually surprised that wasn't a little bit higher for Tau. Blood Angels into GSC. I don't know what to think about that match. GSC seem like people are rating them very high, but they seem to just not perform at events a lot of times because of how you compare into them. And then Skari 12-8 against I don't know what this is. Who is this? Oh, Sisters. Okay. Yeah, Drukhari into Sisters. It's interesting. Sisters has a lot of tools to be able to deal with Drukhari, but they do have a lot of MSU. But Sisters basically have a really high, like they're going to score 8 points no matter what you do. So they took out Stutter Scrub on the first round. Then we move into round 2. CSM versus Death Guard. It is shooty CSM, right? It's not it's not fighty CSM, so they're just shooting them. So they don't have to worry about their combat or anything like that. So I get it. Blood Angels into Orcs. Yeah, sure. It could go either way. It depends what Orcs this is. What is this? Yeah, this is a list I would expect that to do just fine into. It is Gretchen spam, and it's shooting. So yes, no combat there. Makes sense. Got it. Eldar into guard. Okay, a big 20-0. So the guard just must not have been able to keep it up at all. Earthshakers. Yeah, okay. So it's a lot less tanks and stuff, and it's more infantry, so the Eldar can kind of chew that a lot faster, and they don't have to worry too much about as much indirect. Sisters and Necrons. Really good on the Sisters player for getting a 10-10 in Necrons. That's usually Sisters' worst game. Usually you look for like a 6 on the Sisters here, so getting 10 there is phenomenal. Orcs into Necrons. I would think Orcs could tick up a little bit here over the Necrons generally, but a 10-10 into Necrons is never bad. Thousand Suns into Templars. That's a hard game for Thousand Suns, so really good job on Kiri keeping that at a 10-10. They don't really generally like to just get pressured, and Black Templars is a lot of combat and a lot of pressure, so it's kind of harder for the T-Suns usually. Town to World Eaters. This game is usually a coin flip, and it depends on the table, and it being this close is interesting. Usually it just kind of swings one way or the other, and I usually put my ball in the court of World Eaters most of the time. But depending on what the table is, Tau can tick it up. We've seen World Eaters get 20 O's. We've seen Taus get 15 5s, 12 8s. So that's a good game. The World Eaters is playing for that to be a close game, and then if the Tau make a mistake or if World Eaters go first, they could turn it into a larger win for them. And then their Sisters is 20-0ing CSM. In my experience, that's a little big of a jump right there for Sisters into CSM. I would expect the CSM to score some points, like a 15-5 in our experience of testing. So that's a pretty high score right there. So they beat them. Then into round 3. So they went into the team that got second place here. So 89-71. Blood Angels into Grey Knights. That's pretty much to be expected one way or another. Grey Knights, it could go bad for them really fast. The Grey Knights player has to be very careful here to not just get overwhelmed and swarmed by the Blood Angels. So then Sisters into Orcs, getting a 10. I never have problems into Orcs. So let me just look real quick what this is. Mega. So yeah, Mega Knobs is the harder thing. Everything else kind of dies really easy. So it does slow down the Sisters kind of scoring and their pressure that they can put onto Orcs. So sure, 10-10 against Bully Boys is respectable. It's fine. Into stuff that isn't Bully Boys, you generally want a more uptick there. Eldar, looks like they're just getting their Eldar into guard all the time, and that's what they want. The guard players, maybe they don't understand the Eldar match and they think they're going to blow them out, but that generally does not happen. So 10-10, holding it strong there yet again. Orcs into Nids, a 10-10. I don't know enough about that match specifically. Thousand Suns into CSM. Yep, pretty scary match for CSM. Necrons and Dark Angels, 10-10. CSM and T-Suns. So that's interesting, right? They got the same pairing, but their CSM came out on top, more shooty versus the CSM. And then Necrons over Tau. Into round 4. All right, into round 4, you've got Orcs into Orcs. Well, that sounds like a great game. So 10-10 Orcs into Orcs, Eldar into Blood Angels. Eldar are very good at killing marine bodies. Blood Angels do have the possibility of turning that on its head, though. 20-0 Necrons and Necrons. We've seen the Necron mirror go so many ways. I need to see if he's playing Court as well. So he's playing Hypercrypt. This is Hypercrypt into Court. So Hypercrypt won this one. Thousand Suns over Eldar. Yeah, this is like a standoff game. If you're Eldar and you understand the match, you can generally stall it out for a 10-10. But if you Thousand Suns just like pounds on you with the indirect, it can get really bad. So you have to really know this match as Eldar to play into it, or it goes real bad for you. CSM and Sisters, they got that matchup again. Sisters performing very highly there. CSM into Death Guard. This is shooty CSM, not fighty, so they got their matchup there again that they wanted. So you can see they're doing, Blunt Force Trauma is doing really, really well in pairings. They're getting a lot of the matches they want. They've got this match several times, this match several times. They were getting their Eldar into Guard several times. Blood Angels into World Eaters. Blood Angels just hit so hard. World Eaters could, be a little bit more defensive. They could fight on death and maybe trade up, but it's just who's going to punch harder. And the last round. So they basically have played the second place team, the fifth place team, the sixth place team, the seventh place team. So then they should play Team Leg here, maybe. No, so they did not have to play Team Leg. So they're going to play GTA 40K. They got 10th. So Orcs lost to T-Suns. Necrons beat Tau. CSM beat Grey Knights. This is shooty CSM into Grey Knights. Seems fine, like Vindicators and everything, just shooting the Grey Knights to death, and it depends what this Grey Knights list is too. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, it's Land Raiders. Yeah, it doesn't care about this. Everybody tries to do these stat checky Grey Knights lists. They don't fully work. Like, you can do all the Grandmasters and Dread Knights, but like going more tanky than with like less units generally leads you to getting picked on in pairings. Sisters into Death Guard. Really good score for Sisters there. Death Guard is usually like a 10-10. The more fighting they have, the harder it is. So he only has one 10-man. So this is an easier match. Some Terminators, blow drones, all little vehicles. So this is an easier match. I like that prediction. I like that score. I probably could go a little bit higher for Sisters if things go right in that game. Blood Angels versus Guard. Yeah, Guard just indirects Marine bodies. So nice. Eldar into Sisters. This should not happen. This should not happen at all. Sisters should run over Eldar every time they play them. This should be a 15-5 to Sisters. This is a huge upset in favor of Eldar, so really good job on the Eldar player. Tau Empire versus Blood Angels. I don't know enough about this match to really talk too much on it. And then T-Suns into CSM. Getting a draw there. I just want to see what the CSM list is, because this is like the newer CSM. Commune, Cultists. So this is a lot of bodies. Bodies, Raptors, 3 Predators, some Rhinos. Okay. So a lot of just like volume for the Thousand Suns to chew through. So yeah, that does it for Blunt Force Trauma and kind of what they did. And if we look at the standings and kind of how ELO is standing so far with the league, they are almost climbing to that 2,000 ELO. If they go one more event, 5-0, they have not dropped a game. They have not drawn a game. They are just winning. So they are 15-0, and they are just winning games. Equipe Quebec also qualified going in there. Then you got Pro Tabletop in third, Stud for Scrub in fourth. So Stud for Scrub still looking for their invite spot. They're doing very good in the events, but they're still trying to hit that invite. BFS Chimera, they've only been to one event, and their ELO is really high. They did really good at that event. Then you got Big Dice Energy, Red Dragons, Art of War, United Midwest, Equipe 2, Moonstars, Leg, GTA Tundra, and the list goes on. We have, I believe, 79 teams that have played in the league so far. And we've had, how many events have we had? We've had, I could just look, 5 events. So over 5 events, we've had 80 teams, which is awesome. ATC is coming up next. I believe it is sold out. Lists and everything and rules are locking. I think they have 28-man teams there, and I don't know how many 5-man teams. I want to say they were shooting for like 40 to 55 man teams. So 2 very, very big events at NATC, which is happening in July. That is the next one on the list. And then if you're looking for tickets that can be bought, the Gateway Opens tickets are on sale. You can go to the nationaltabletopleague.com and you can get tickets for that event. I believe there are 14 teams right now. I think their cap is 24, so it's starting to get up there, and that will take place in August. So that does it for this event, and we'll see you on the next one.